opened on October 31st, 1965. North Carolina Speedway hosting the NASCAR Winston Cup Series for the 77th time today. And we're closing in on halfway in this 400-mile race. Jimmie Johnson out in front, fourth different driver to lead on the day. Johnson in the Lowe's 48, started back in 18th position and took the lead for the first time at lap number 170, then for good here at lap 174. Check our little Debbie lap leaders and those who spent the time out in front. Jeremy Mayfield the most so far, followed by Newman, Ward Burton, and then Jimmie Johnson has led for 11 laps at this point. Talked about Dale Jarrett having some troubles earlier, Marty.
It was more than a flat left front, broken left front hub. That's where DJ was feeling the vibration. They are behind the wall now. They're going to replace this hub, get him back out, but we will not have a season sweep here at Rockingham.
No. Looks like a wheel bearing has caused the hub to go bad.
Yeah, that's the start of it there.
For the lead, Bill Elliott. In on Jimmie Johnson's bumper.
He got a great runoff turn for that time as well, and look at him go to the bottom of the racetrack. The cars, Wally, that tested here, looks like they can run on the bottom. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Michael Walker, Bill Elliott, looks like they can. They've learned something during that test.
What an incredible drive from last to first for Bill Elliott. And we're not even halfway through the race. Elliott, a three-time winner here at Rockingham, made his first ever Winston Cup start at this racetrack on February 29th, 1976. You'll appreciate this, guys. He started 34th, finished 33rd, and took home a grand total of $640. My, how far we've come. I think Matt Kenseth's check, if he takes that championship today, will be considerably more than $640. You think, Bill?
It certainly will be. And guess what? He's moving forward. Little loose on the exit, but the car's going through the center of the turns much better with the spring rubber removed from the left rear. Matt now on the march to the front.
Up to 15th place.
And once again, if he leads here with a 186-point lead, the championship is his.
And if it's less, pretty much all he has to do is start the engine up next week, right?
But he's got to get there.
He's got to get there.
Yeah.
Ward Burton, very strong earlier in the race, now has slipped back to 7th spot. Sterling Marlin trying to put some pressure on him for that position in the 40 car. Haven't talked a lot about the 40 so far today. Sterling started 31st.
That's that Burton behind Sterling.
Yep.
Sneaking his way back in.
99 car involved in a spin down the front stretch back at lap 101. And behind Bill Elliott now, a change of view in his rear view mirror as his teammate Jeremy Mayfield has gone by Jimmie Johnson. Now, we tried this through the field thing before and it brought out a caution. We'll take a break, come back and try through the field again. Don't go away. Something big could happen.
Action continues at the North Carolina Speedway here in Rockingham, North Carolina, with Bill Elliott, the former Winston Cup champion, now out front on the day when Matt Kenseth hopes to become the next Winston Cup champion. All right, the guys in the booth are laughing at us, but we'll try it again. Let's take you through the field, and Matt's lead off.
Bill, Big Red commanding out front. 1-2 so far for Ray Evernham's Dodges. Bill Elliott, no changes on that last stop as he continues just to slowly pull away, Bill.
Jeremy Mayfield, a good run throughout most of the race, led a number of laps, car just a little bit too free right now. Back to you, Matty.
Jimmie Johnson runs third. He faded a little bit, says needs a little bit of help with a forward fight, but what he really needs, long runs. The car is great on long runs, plus he only has 3 sets of sticker tires left, Marty.
Every year of his Winston Cup career, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has tested here at Rockingham and never really paid off until now. All you hear on his radio are lap times, cars excellent. Bill? Michael Waltrip was too tight, so they freed him up. He got too loose. On this set of tires, hasn't said a word, but when you're running 5th, you're pretty much okay at this point of the race, Dave.
Labonte's team made a wedge adjustment on the last stop to fix a tight middle loose-off condition. Car's still just a little bit loose. It's been loose all day for Labonte. The 0 car of Ward Burton, well, he started out second today, had a little trouble on this last restart, said the car was bottoming out. But you know what? In only the 3rd start for Ward in this 0 car, thinks he's got a long, good future ahead of him.
Hey, well, boys, I don't know what's going to happen today. We're going to try to, everything we can control, do a good job. But we got a lot of things to look forward to down the road.
The last radio transmission from Ward was that he has no grip in the zero car, Matt.
Dave Sterling Marling holding station in the 8th position. Tony Glover from the spotter stand says the car looks like a rocket ship off turn 2. No worries about tires due to the fact their two teammates are not having the best of days, Marty.
And here comes Ryan Newman, going back as far as 25th, up to 10th. Car loose off of the corners. So what he's done is dialed more front brake in. That tightens up the car, Matt.
Rounding out the top 10, Jeff Burton, a former winner here at the Rock, but he hasn't gone to victory lane in over 2 years. He says the back of the car is just not stuck into the racetrack. They're talking about what adjustments to make on their next stop, Marty.
Climb on board with Rusty Wallace, Matt, and you'll see the fact that he is loose off of the corners. That's what he's been fighting all afternoon long, driving the car that led the most laps here in February. So far today, has not led one, Matt.
Early in the race, Mark Martin was good in the first part of the run, but then the car went to the free side. They made a track bar adjustment to fix that. He hasn't said much about the race car ever since, Dave.
Ricky Craven said a lot about his race car. A lot of tight all day long. They haven't made very many changes, though, and didn't make any changes last time. They may need to step out and do something drastic to make Ricky's car a race winner today. Bill?
Matt Kenseth currently running 14th on the racetrack. 7th or better clinches the Winston Cup for him, no matter what happens. He's from Cambridge, Wisconsin, where they like to say the population is 1,100. And Matt, it is the heart of Middle America. He went back there a few months ago and was honored at the Madison International Speedway. Well, today in Cambridge at the sports page, these are Matt Kenseth fans watching our TNT coverage, hoping that the celebration is there as well as here this afternoon. Again, Matt needs 7th or better for the championship, and that place and this place will rock. Continuing through the field, the 16 car of Greg Biffle, not one of their better days, but they've made a nice recovery. Biffle hasn't said much on the radio recently, trying to climb up, currently running 15th. Matt?
Jeff Gordonville trying to recover from his pit stop. He was blocked in by the 74 car. They made a wedge adjustment and took some tape off the grill. The water temperature had climbed all the way to 260. He currently runs in the 16th position.
Tony Stewart has been struggling today. Just talk to the crew. The car is still too tight. It simply will not turn. As for the 49 car of Ken Schrader, a strong run for these guys, looking for another strong finish and looking ahead to next season. Schrader currently running 18th on the racetrack. Dave?
Jimmy Spencer has been complaining about his car not being in the track. They made track bar adjustments all day long. Last time just a little bit loose. They went down on the track bar again. Marty?
Rockingham start number 53 for Ricky Rudd. They've made no changes on the last 2 stops. They're good on the longer runs. Problem for them, they can't get a run long enough to show just how good they are, Alan.
All right, there are your top 20 out of 27 on the lead lap. Hey, Weber, we got through it.
How about that? And you guys were laughing at us here. And guess what?
Yes.
We'll try it again a little later.
I bet we do.
And this long run that we've had on this green flag run is the best thing that can happen to all these guys that are short on tires.
Bobby Labonte trying Ward Burton for 6th place. Not quite. Went back to green at lap 156, so 50 laps on this set of tires now. Well, that was the last lap they pitted. Little less than 50 on the set of tires under the green. And Bill Elliott out in front. He took the lead at lap 186. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. Beautiful, sunny, if a little chilly fall afternoon here at Rockingham, North Carolina, where Bill Elliott is out in front of the second to last race of the NASCAR Winston Cup Series season. He's got 2.3 seconds on his teammate, Jeremy Mayfield. You thought they were negotiating hard down on pit road for those tires. You should have seen the negotiations here in the booth during the commercial between Benny and Wally. They want to figure out who's going to say, cue the duck.
I lost.
Aflac. Time for our Aflac NASCAR Winston Cup Trivia Quiz. Who are the last brothers to finish first and second in a NASCAR Winston Cup Series race?
Oh, brothers, huh?
It's not all that long ago. So that narrows it down to probably a couple sets of brothers.
I guess the Labontes, maybe. Wallace's, Burton's, huh? You're at Rockingham.
Yeah. Fall race 1999. Third time brothers had finished first and second in a Winston Cup race. The third time the two brothers had finished first and second in the Winston Cup race, excuse me. And one other 1-2 brother finish at this racetrack. Donnie Allison beat brother Bobby in June 1968.
And a battle for the second position. Jimmy Johnson, 48, trying to take it away from Jeremy Mayfield, 19.
They're working their wheels, aren't they?
I'm telling you. We're getting to the point that they're all wanting tires.
Yes. Last pit stops at lap 156. By the way, Kevin Harvick just made a green flag pit stop again. He did that earlier in the race, and it took him to lap 108 to get back on the lead lap. He's got time. 175 to go. So Jimmy Johnson to second and Mayfield to third after dominating the middle chunk of this race. And I'll tell you, got to be impressed with Matt Kenseth. Kind of struggled around with the handling of their car earlier in the race. BP back in the 20s. He's just moved up to the 11th position.
Car looks like it's working very, very well right now. So you folks up in Cambridge, it's time to clap. There you go. Things looking good for the hometown boy.
It's going to be a big scene if this thing comes off for Kenseth today.
Now, Matt has no idea that that camera is up there and that those people are watching. And if he did, he'd probably be as nervous as he could possibly be. Would you think, Benny?
I think he would be. But you know who's going to be the most nervous of all, Bill? Robbie Reiser.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got to dress up to go to New York. And he doesn't buy clothes. His wife buys. Oh, he's in big trouble.
I think he'll put up with a tuxedo for a night.
Oh, he's in trouble now. Robbie's in big trouble.
All right. Well, it's 173 laps away, but the 186 key number being met by Kenseth so far through the day here at Rockingham. The trophy's in the house. Will Matt get to hoist it at the end of the afternoon? Stick around and find out. 24 cars on the lead lap, past halfway here at the Rock.